A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant escalation of tensions surrounding the ongoing Israel-Palestine conflict, British police arrested over 20 individuals on Saturday during a protest in Parliament Square, London. The demonstrators gathered in support of the Palestine Action Group, which had just been designated as a proscribed organization under the Terrorism Act 2000. This controversial ban, enacted just hours before the protest, has sparked heated debates about free speech and the right to protest in the UK. The Palestine Action Group, known for its nonviolent civil disobedience and advocacy for Palestinian rights, faced a swift legal defeat on Friday when a court rejected its last-minute appeal to block the government's decision to ban the organization. The group has been vocal in its condemnation of the UK government's military support for Israel amidst the ongoing conflict in Gaza, which has resulted in significant casualties. The protest on Saturday saw a small group of activists holding placards that read, "I oppose genocide. I support Palestine action," beneath the statue of Mahatma Gandhi, a symbol of peace and nonviolence. However, the peaceful demonstration quickly turned confrontational as police surrounded the protesters and began making arrests. Eyewitness accounts described a chaotic scene, with officers forcibly taking individuals into custody, including one woman who was seen being carried away in handcuffs. The Metropolitan Police issued a statement confirming that over 20 people had been arrested on suspicion of terrorism offenses, emphasizing that the proscription of Palestine action means that any support for the group is now a criminal offense. This includes actions such as displaying symbols, chanting, or wearing clothing associated with the banned group. The implications of this designation are severe, with potential penalties of up to 14 years in prison for those found guilty of supporting Palestine action. Critics of the ban, including civil liberties organizations and some United Nations experts, argue that the government's actions are an infringement on free speech and the right to protest. They contend that damaging property, as Palestine action has done in its protests, does not equate to terrorism. The police's proactive measures to prevent any expressions of support for Palestine action have drawn criticism from various quarters, with some protesters shouting slogans such as, "Met Police, you are puppets of the Zionist state," as they witnessed the arrests unfold. The government's decision to ban Palestine action follows a series of high-profile protests, including an incident on June 20th where activists broke into a Royal Air Force base in Brize Norton, causing an estimated £7 million worth of damage to military aircraft. 4 individuals have been charged in connection with that incident and are scheduled to appear in court later this month. The Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, has defended the ban, asserting that the group's history of criminal damage justifies the proscription. In stark contrast, Palestine Action has characterized the government's actions as an authoritarian crackdown on dissent and a direct attack on free speech, calling the ban an abuse of power. As the situation continues to develop, the implications of this crackdown on protests in the UK are likely to reverberate through the political landscape, raising critical questions about the balance between national security and civil liberties. The call for justice for Palestinians remains a contentious issue, and the government's response to dissenting voices will undoubtedly shape future protests in the broader discourse surrounding the Israel-Palestine conflict. As the protests unfold, the eyes of the world remain on the UK, where the intersection of politics, law enforcement, and activism continues to challenge the boundaries of free speech and the right to protest. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.